Hello everybody, this is Buddy Craig. Oh, what was supposed to be a nice and simple engine swap for take out one engine, put in another one, turned into not being that way. So I figured I'd bring you along for the ride. I'm going to try to put this short block together tonight before I call it quits. First thing I'm going to do is put in the main bearings. Main crankshaft bearings, the crankshaft and the main caps, and also the thrust bearings. A lot of modern cars, the thrust bearing is built onto one of the main bearings, but this one, the thrust bearings are separate. So, most important thing I can say through rebuilding a transmission or rebuilding an engine is keep everything clean. No dirt, no debris, sawdust, metal shavings, whatever. If you use an aluminum oxide, I don't have one handy, but if you use an aluminum oxide abrasive disc to clean off gaskets or oil buildup or varnish or anything, make sure you clean the engine really well afterwards, because that aluminum oxide will just destroy bearings. So anyway, let's get started putting these bearings in. You'll notice that each bearing journal has an extra little groove to orientate the bearing, and so pay attention to that little groove, and there'll be a spot on the bearing that fits in that groove. I like to start with the side that's got the groove in it, set it in with a little bit of pressure, as if I'm squeezing the bearing. Not much, just a little bit of pressure, because you don't actually want to permanently deform the bearing. With a little bit of sideways pressure, depress it, and then kind of roll it in. And then after you get the bearing in, you want it to be flat. You want it to be flat here and flat there. I'm also going to show, well, if I get around to it tonight, I'm also going to plastic gauge these bearings to verify the oil clearance, because this is a crankshaft that's been polished before, and I'm just putting in standard bearings, so I want to make sure that the oil clearance is within specification. So I will be showing how to use plastic gauge later on. Normally I would have music out here playing. Music, actually I've got a TV. I've got a TV over there with a VCR. Yeah, I still use a VCR, shut up. But I've got a TV over in the corner up close to the ceiling, and a VCR that I have movies just playing along in the background to help keep me company. Otherwise I talk to myself like I'm doing right now. And now you got to do the exact same thing to all the caps. Want that to be flat across there. Last one. Somebody didn't have their hands cleaned the last time they used this. No product placement, but this is one of the probably the best item to use for assembling an engine, and has been for many years. Now, hopefully I can roll the thrust bearings in. If not, I'll have to take the crankshaft back out. Oops. There is a front and a back side. Hear you. Gonna have to take that back out because I can't roll those in. But you normally won't. Oh, it's stuck from the grease. You normally won't have to deal with that because generally the thrust bearing is part of one of the main bearings, so you won't have to worry about messing with this little booger. Damn! See that? Two of my bearings pulled out. No fun. Okay, let's try this again. These caps are numbered. I don't know if you can see it. This one's number 4, so it's going to go there. This one is my center cap because it's got the groove for the thrust bearing. This one's number 2. I recognize that this, just from the shape of it, I recognize that this is the forwardmost cap, and the shape of this one is the rear cap. I think every engine I've ever worked on starts at the front of the, well, the main journals are still 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. But I think I've worked on I think the Volkswagen or the Porsche opposed 4-cylinder is the piston numbering in the cylinders is weird, but never mind, we're not going to get into that. Now these are really tight. This front cap and rear cap are a nightmare to put together. Well, this one's going in like really easy, but normally these things are just a hot mess. Clean, stay clean. If you get some dirt or something on your finger, stop and wipe it off. A lot of paper towels. You go through a lot of paper towels. Notice these. A lot of these they'll say front. This one along this edge over here says front, and that is the front of the engine. Like that. I just got a hair. And of course my rag's on the floor now, so hold on. Now if you see me fight with this back cap a lot, don't be surprised, because there's a whole lot of metal that's kind of a press fit that I have to get that thing to go down on, so I will probably have to persuade it a little bit. If you do have to tap a cap into place, every now and then look at the bearing and make sure the bearing's still where it's supposed to be. cup of motor oil. Just dip your bolt in, drop them down in the hole. I have my times going. Want to try to keep each section at 10 minutes or less. That way it doesn't get really boring. And I'm going to look at the time real quick. Oh hell, alright, I'm going to stop.